But when I read between the lines, time to let her go. You see, she's showing you the signs. She don't be no more. I tell you, set to read between the lines. If she don't love you no more, don't you ever think to take her life. If she wants to go, then let her go. Last time I checked the ratio, 10 to 1. One leave a woman on that we are 10 to 1. If she says she don't, you need to understand. You know you love her, but you have to love yourself too. Can't believe I'm already hearing. Where's the love for one another? Where's the caring? We don't say love for the woman that more than daring. But feel like whether you control the steering. Now you have to read between the lines. Time to let her go. You see, she's showing you the sign. If she don't love you no more, don't you ever think to take her life. If she wants to go, then let her go. Every night watch the news and texting, moving up to what she calls it on no vexing. Here take her life cause she make her texting, like the man that got no one behind the checking. Let me out, see the family's falling. When them get you, yes, man, them talking. No, come on, get invested in the women. And they never read between the lines. Time to let her go. You see, she's showing you the signs. She don't be no more. I tell you, set to read between the lines. If she don't love you no more, don't you ever think to take her life. If she wants to go, then let her go. Let her go, let her go. Let her go, let her go, let her go. Let her go, let her go, let her go. It's not anymore. Let her go, let her go. Let her go. Now you have to read between the lines. Time to let her go. You see, she's showing you the sign. She not be no more. I tell you, set to read between the lines. If she don't love you no more, don't you ever think to take her life. If she wants to go, then let her go. Between the lines.
All right. Good morning, and welcome to the Voices of the Motherland show right here on the Black Heart Fire Network Media for the 21st century. I do trust that everyone is doing okay. I do trust that everyone is doing okay. If you can hear me, kindly let me know. If you can hear me, kindly let me know. I think my streamer is buffering a little bit, but if you can hear me, kindly let me know here on the Voices of the Motherland show right here on the Black Hot Fire Network Media for the 21st century. My name is Kami, and this is the Voices of the Motherland show. Let me just wait and get check if you can hear me. Let me just wait a minute and get to take a look. If you can hear me, let me know. If you can hear me, let me know. I think to the Voices of the Motherland show. Sorry, a little bit of that short technical hitch that we were experiencing, but I do trust that you are doing okay. And before I even get to introduce the amazing show, I see Kevin has already said, gorgeous, God bless you, God bless you too, Kevin. And welcome to the Voices of the Motherland show right here on the Black Hot Fire Network. I believe right now we are in a good position to go ahead and converse in terms of some of the things that have been affecting us this entire COVID-19 period. And before I even get to venture on that, my name is Kami, and of course, Rumbi Zai Muzopa will be joining us a little bit, a few minutes from now, all the way from Zimbabwe. But guys, to the family, remember the topic of the day is the increase in domestic violence, not only in Africa, but of course, this gets to happen in the diaspora as well. Give us your views in terms of that. Have you, okay, for many people, they would rather not to talk about the domestic violence that they have experienced, but maybe you have seen someone and perhaps maybe they've been constantly being told, yo, this relationship is toxic, you are supposed to leave that. But for some people, it has not been that easy to leave these relationships. And of course, when we'll get to proceed with the show, we'll take a look at some of the African countries with the highest numbers in terms of domestic violence. And it is something which is not quite good, because I believe if you are trying to instill some sense to someone, it is high time you just find a better alternative of telling them. And that is why when I started the show, I had just played the amazing song by the one and only Christopher Martin, all the way from Jamaica. And this song was released, I believe, the year 2020. Yes, 2020. And it was in relations to the increase of domestic violence cases that have escalated this 2020, come the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. You know, for different African countries, there had been the issue of, even in the diaspora, there has been the issue whereby, curfew has affected some people. In that right now couples start spending a lot of time together. And of course, stick by, because that will be part of what we will be talking about on the Voices of the Motherland show. And once more, good morning, guys. I do trust that you are doing okay. This is the Voices of the Motherland show, whereby you do get to express the things that do get to affect us. We do get to talk about some of the issues that are happening in society. You do not need to feel ashamed, because this gets to happen. Sometimes you are not in control of what gets to happen. And of course, shoot that question up on the Voices of the Motherland show. We will definitely get to discuss some of the things that have been happening, of course, in the society. But even before I get to dwell on that, let me start with this domestic violence awareness quote that I stumbled upon. You deserve better. Love does not have to hurt. Let me repeat this again. I remember it is on a morning. For some places in Nairobi right now, it is at 5:28 p.m. But irrespective of the time difference, I feel to that person out there, if you do not get to stand up for yourself, the situation is going to be like that for the rest of your life. As much as you love that person, as much as they might have helped you in one way or another, and you do not get to stand up for yourself, the situation will always be the same. And let me repeat this. You deserve better. Love does not have to hurt. And on the month of October, we did get to have the October month was actually the Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Some of these things that get to heart, there has been that mindset whereby maybe a man believes that this is my girl or my woman. She's still going to stick there irrespective of what I get to, subject her to. And that is why in some places like Nyeri County in Kenya right now, we've had many murder cases are taking place, not only Nyeri County, different places, of course, but I'm just using Nyeri County because that is what has been highlighted on the mainstream media. Before we get to continue with this amazing show, remember to get to log in at www.blackhotfirenetwork.com, and you can proceed and take a look at some of the videos or episodes. You can proceed and like and subscribe and also share some of these videos. Still, when you are logged in to blackhotfirenetwork.com, you can go ahead and get to enjoy some amazing music, because we always know that you need to feed your soul some positive vibrations. When you're still logged in to Black Hot Fire Network, you can proceed and go ahead and, of course, get to enjoy some amazing blogs. And we have always been talking about knowledge being power. And last but not least, you can, of course, that is in terms of supporting the stream, you can donate at Mr. Kasha. And also you can get to donate at www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. Remember, this is the Voices of the Motherland show, whereby we always talk about what is happening around us in the society. And like I've told you, people don't stay in a domestic violent relationship because they want to. As sometimes they are terrified, of the alternative. They're like, maybe if I leave my partner, even men, of course, I do not want to make it seem like it is the women who always go through this. There are men out here who still get to experience domestic violence. But because as a man, you go out there and get to report it, the first thing the police, or rather, yes, the police will do is just laugh at you. And that has made some men, get depressed on a daily basis. But let me tell you one thing. As much as the people don't stay in a domestic violent relationship because they want to, they are terrified of the alternative. Maybe what will the society be thinking about me? The society will say that I failed in my relationship. And let me tell you one thing. If you are maybe practicing domestic violence against your partner, it is high time you get to imagine yourself in their situation. That, I get to determine, or rather describe, domestic violence one way or another as growing up sometimes in the African homes. Not, of course, all homes, but it is known that on most occasions, if you get to mess, and maybe your parents went to work, they left you to do some, so they assigned you some duties, and you didn't get to do them. You went and played the whole day, or maybe even broke your mom's favorite plates and glasses. That is the night that you just know you have messed, and you are about to get the whooping of your life. So you go home, sit down, and try to act as cool as possible, because you haven't even told your mom what actually you have done. And of course, as a result, when she gets or he gets to know what you have done, on most occasions, it's going to be some whooping, of course, a spree for you. And I don't want to say that this gets to happen in every homes, but I just want to emphasize on the fact that this is not the first time that domestic violence cases have been reported. And of course, thanks to Christopher Martin and other African, of course, artists out there who have been voicing out this vice that is slowly happening in our society. And when I started the show, I had just highlighted on the fact that during this COVID-19 period, many cases have been witnessed. For example, a man is, in some cases, in some homes, maybe the man is a provider, maybe the woman is a provider, and then it reaches a point, maybe your job has been halted, or maybe your business isn't going on okay, and or maybe you're just at home with your partner, and this is when you get to realize, they actually have this type of a weird behavior. And then you, as a partner, instead of going ahead and correcting them, instead of going ahead and having a one-on-one with them, it just result to war. What if, on most cases, on most deaths that have been reported, or rather, if you have watched these documentaries of inmates being interviewed, on most occasions, they were not aware of what was happening in their surrounding. And most of the occasions, it was in self-defense. Because if you're a lady and the man is stronger than you try to hit them with your entire last strength and things like that. And then you get to see something sharp or a knife, things like that. You reach for it, such that you can get to instill a pain to them, such that they can leave you. And you get to instill that pain as many times as possible, such that they can also get to feel the pain that you are feeling, the pain that they have been instilling to you. And before you even get to realize that you have committed murder, it is too late. They have bled to death. And of course, as the society has it, even if the society knows that this couple has actually been going through some domestic violence, even if the couple knows that, they'll not forgive you, because they say that perhaps you should have reported this to the police and things like that. But let me just point this out. If you feel someone is toxic towards you, irrespective of the number of children the two of you have, irrespective of how close the two family members have been, trust me, if you don't want to leave this person, take that break. Trust me, breaks are good. Take that break and get to work on yourself. Get to gauge yourself. Get to tell yourself, okay, I have survived a month. I have survived 3 months, a year without this person. Do I really need them in my life? And of course, as we'll get to proceed with the show, we'll get to take a look at some of the solutions in terms of the domestic violence. But to the amazing family who are listening, who are also watching the show, remember you are tuning into the Voices of the Motherland show, coming live to you from the Nairobi studios. And of course, Rumbizai Muzopa will be joining us a few minutes all the way from the Zimbabwean studios. But remember to log in at www.blackhotfirenetwork.com, and you can proceed and like and share the video. Also, you can get to take a look at some of the videos that you might have missed, because I do understand we do have an issue with the time difference. And you can also get to support the stream. You can also get to support the stream. We really appreciate that a lot. You can get to support the stream at Cash App, Mr. Black Hot Fire, and of course, you can proceed and donate at www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. Kevin, you said, I am listening. Exactly, talk. Because this is a hurting issue. This is something that we just can't fail to talk about. Sadly enough. And before we go on a short musical break, let me take you through some African countries that have the highest number of domestic violence, especially against women. Okay, yes, men also get to experience domestic violence, but let me tell you one thing. On most occasions, it is the women, because how a man is built, they can easily hit you up in a way that you can't even be able to get up and protect yourself. And right now in Africa, during this COVID-19 period, statistics have it that Nigeria has 18.13% of domestic violence cases that have been witnessed. So Nigeria is the leading one, and I do believe this is due to, it is overpopulated. And most of the time, we have been battling the issue with unemployment amongst the youth, even amongst the adults in that place. Nigeria is followed by South Africa, which has a 15.13% of domestic violence. Remember, in South Africa, we were talking about women. Even there was a situation whereby domestic violence was in the rise. The rape was also on the rise in South Africa. That even to a point whereby it saddens me that a pregnant lady was raped and killed. The issue of child rape has also been on the rise in South Africa itself, as much as also other different African countries. But violence against women, because many believe that they cannot protect themselves. And that is why some women have gone ahead and, of course, are gone to the gym as one way of learning some protective skills. And when it is reaching a point as a lady, you are going to in the gym to earn some protective skills. That man is in for the worst. And that is why I've told you that's when you realize that either both parties end up dying or they end up hurting themselves badly. And that is why some people wouldn't want to date again because of what they have been going through. We also have Egypt. Egypt has also had cases of domestic violence, whereby we do have a percentage of 12.21%. Algeria has 7% of reported cases. Morocco itself is not left behind. We do have a 4.94 percentage of cases that have been reported. Kenya, yes, Kenya also has a percentage of 4.04. And that your man, because he's homeless, he's jobless, he'll just come home, maybe from a drinking spree, and he's demanding for things, demanding for food, demanding for the food that he didn't even leave money for me. I'm straining, maybe I was dependent to him, but maybe, in most occasions as a lady, you have of course a risk yourself. You're like, let me just sacrifice and take care of the kids, or maybe be helping around with the house and let my man work. Not because that work is halted, and perhaps you're wondering on the way forward, and then this guy comes home and repeatedly hits you, demanding for food and whichever things he or she might be demanding for. And because you have no alternative, because you're just stuck in that relationship, you do not want to go to your parents because you're old enough not to live with your parents. You're old enough at some point to deal with your issues. That's why some people fear the alternative of living a domestic violence relationship. And just to proceed, we also do have Angola, which has a percentage of 3.76, and Ethiopia, which has a percentage of 3.71. That is the situation in terms of a domestic violence. Let's take a short musical break, and when we will be back, we will be dwelling more on the issues to deal with domestic violence, not only in Africa, but also in the diaspora at large, because many people have been affected by this and they are silently crying. Once more, this is by Chris, of course, Chris Martin, and the title of the jam as a read in between the lines. Let you know the time to let her go. Let you know the time to leave that toxic relationship. If at all you're not benefiting, I just there. In Swahili we say wewe ni ngoma. Ngoma just to say you are just his or her drum to be beaten anytime they feel it. It is high time to put a no to that.
See the signs and you move like you're blind. Oh, create something in your mind to tell yourself it's alright. Brother, you kill her vibe, she's crying out to right, she's in turmoil. But brother, read between the lines, time to let her go. You see she's showing you the sign. She don't be no more, I tell yourself to read between the lines. If she don't love you no more, don't you ever think to take her life. If she wants to go, then let her go. Last time I checked the ratio at 10 to 1. One leap over know that he had 10 to 1. If she says she don't need to understand, you know you love her, but you have to love yourself too. Can't believe how I'm hearing. Where's the love for one another, where's the caring? We don't say nobody woman that know they're daring. But feel like whether you control the steering, now you want to read between the lines. Time to let her go. You see she's showing you the sign. She don't be no more. I tell you to read between the lines.
Hey, time to let her go. Yeah.
Don't you ever think to take her life. If she wants to go, then let her go. Every night what she do is the next thing. Moving up the way she does it, I'm not vexing. Here you take her life cause you let her texting. Like the man that got the man that I'm just let me happen. See the family's falling. When them get to yes, man, them talking. Oh, between the lines. Time to let her go. You see, she's showing you the sign. She not be no more. I tell you, separate between the lines. If she not love you no more, don't you ever think.
Welcome back to the Voices of the Motherland, the show right here on the Black Hot Fire Network Media for the 21st century. And if you have not logged in, remember to get to log in and get to enjoy some amazing, amazing videos that have been lined up there for you, some amazing blogs that have been lined up for you, some amazing music that gets to play live all the way from, of course, the Black Hot Fire radio, and you can get to enjoy that when you only get to log in at www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. And one thing, if you don't help her, who will? But of course, I do not want to say that it is the women that are going through this. Only also I've said that the fact that also men also get to experience domestic violence, of course. That has been done towards them. And of course, to those who are listening to the show, to those who are watching the show, we really appreciate you taking a time and joining us here. Let us once and for all put this vice away. Why are you scared to leave that toxic relationship as much as you do not know the alternative for you? Why are you scared to tell your partner that I think enough is enough? I think I wasn't meant to be subjected to this. If you feel like you cannot protect me as a man, if you feel like you cannot give me ample time as a lady, kindly let me go. It doesn't have to end to be suicidal. I have a life. I had a life before you. Out of the millions of people on earth, you want to get stuck with one who is going to give you hell of a time? And that is why, in some African homes, sorry to use this, in some African homes, we have witnessed, our fathers, and mothers exercising domestic violence to our mothers. And one thing that maybe our mothers will be like, they just trying to be there for the kids. They're trying, to be all that submissive and things like that, because they are concerned of your future. They do not want maybe to leave you and be stranded. So that's why in some homes, some women have been maintaining for the sake of ensuring that their kid gets to have comfort. And you as a child, growing up in a family whereby you have witnessed domestic violence happening on a daily basis, you grow up because you didn't like it as a kid. You not go ahead and you're like, let me just also try this because I think women are supposed to be subjected. Excuse me. That is not the way love is supposed to be. Okay, love it is overrated at some times, but no. In the point of inflicting a pain to other people, that is a no-no. Mariah, I see you are tuned in. Karibu sana. All right, let me just get to share with you this short, brief video before we get to welcome Mariah all the way from the land of Museveni. All right, so let me just get to share this short, brief video before we get to introduce Mariah all the way from Museveni's land. If she can hear me, All right, I think there is an issue with internet buffering on her side, but she will be joining us a few minutes from now. But before that, let me just get to share this short skit in terms of domestic, violence that have been escalating here in Africa. And of course, remember, we'll get also to introduce the amazing Mariah all the way from Uganda.
All right. Thank you very much, Sister Combi, but the network is not
Right. I think
here, so I'm trying to
my
move
screen is frozen
around.
for some reason. But let me try again.
I'm out. I'm trying to move out to some good network coverage and see if. All right. So I don't know how it is here. Uh, let's get to
All right. I really don't understand why my screen is buffering. Spikes. 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 Spikes.
We are still.
Spikes. Ni nani Maria alikuwa amejoin. Nilikuwa na share video but
I'm Jumbo family. Dang, what happened? Everybody gone. This you guys show. Where's everybody at? Where's everybody at? What's going on? Where's Spikes and Cam at? We're trying to get in there. You guys show. Not mine.
I don't know what's going on, but
I don't know. You in the dark. Okay, there go Cammy.
Hi Keith.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, I see you had to wake Spikes up. Don't be all bashful. Say, Spike, get your ass up. I'm having problems. Tell him to stop sleeping on the job, Cammy. He's back there sleeping. You over there. Spike, 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 Spike.
Everyone here. Like Google for some reason it wasn't responding, and that is
and
the
she
time.
was talking, I was,
That is the time I was about to share some video. So I'm like, this has never happened before, and the only person I can get to who can be my savior is the Spikes. How are you doing, Akit? And hi, Maria.
but I'm doing great. I'm seeing like I'm frozen. My picture's not moving, but I don't know if this is.
You're frozen, Maria.
But hello, family.
Hi, hello to you too.
Yeah, you see, I'm standing on a tree and I'm a little bit scared, so some millipedes maybe. Since it's a rainy season, but I think the network coverage is good here.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you sound good outside. You sound better. It seems to be working better. I'm outside too. When you called me, Maria, I was going through a bad spot. I couldn't answer. I had no internet. I was like, what the hell? Who's calling me on my damn phone? I couldn't answer you back. I didn't really have no good internet connection. So I was like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Earlier on, I was talking about the situation with the increase of domestic violence, not only in Africa, but the diaspora as well. During this COVID-19 duration, Not that I'm saying before COVID-19 there wasn't domestic violence. There was also cases that were experienced. But I just want to ask. Let me just start with the kid, then at Maria. At Keith, what do you think are some of the things that have contributed to the domestic violence, especially during this COVID-19 period? Many cases have been reported. More families have been broken. I can say that now people are spending time, a lot of time together. So they're actually learning the behaviors, some weird behaviors of their partners. As Keith, what do you think is the reason as to why we are experiencing a lot of domestic violence cases during this COVID-19 period?
I believe in you gotta whip a woman's ass every time you get, every chance you get. Let me
Mhm.
stop. I'm joking. Hold on, Cammy. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm joking. It- my phone's acting up. Oh, I'm about to come up. Trailer 334.
Keith, I can't hear you.
1014. Uh huh.
Okay.
That's it. Huh? Yeah, that's it. All right, Keith. Yeah, can you guys hear me? My phone's acting up. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you now.
I don't know. Okay, okay. 'Cause my phone's on. Okay, my phone was acting up. Sorry. Yeah. I don't know. Well, I guess you got the rise of domestic violence happening because I guess people marriages are not really that good, and they don't like they don't like being around each other that much. Now, since you got a quarantine, I'm now realizing I don't like you, so I'm gonna beat your ass. I guess I don't know. I don't know. I would tell I would tell women you gotta I would tell women you have to
Hmm.
make better choices in the men you choose. I don't understand why would you choose. I never said why would a woman choose a violent man. I don't understand it. 'Cause they stay.
Yeah.
Why would you choose to be with somebody that's violent? Now. I will say something because I
Hmm.
might be a guilty culprit in that as well. Because when you're dealing with a person that's jealous, a jealous individual. But see, I was the man. My ex-wife was jealous in the beginning, and she would want to go off and try to hit me and do crazy things because women were attracted to me. But me being a man, I could always easily stop her. Say, hey, what the fuck is wrong with you? I told you we don't do no hitting here. I said, I'm gonna get rid of you. But see, if I was a
Hmm.
woman, now as a man, I would have been defenseless. Because some her, I don't know if anybody's ever been deal with people that's jealous. Their rage, their rage
Hmm.
doesn't make any sense. Their rage
True.
is out of control. And if you're a woman dealing with a man's rage, oh my God, I don't know how you deal with it. Because me being a man, I can either just throw her ass to the side, say sit down and shut the fuck up. I'm not I'm not playing with you. What the hell you doing? What's wrong with you? If I was cheating
Mm.
on you, you would have known it. Stop acting crazy. We had to get us some help to work our way through that because that's obviously some kind of childhood issues you going through or something for a
True.
person to be that possessive and be that jealous. But you being a woman and you dealing with a jealous, I tell any woman dealing with any jealous man, you better let them go. Do not further that relationship.
Hmm.
Do not do not stay in that relationship because that might cause your murder. And you
True.
deal with any kind of, you might think it's cute. Oh, he's so possessive. He just loves me. He loves me so much. He doesn't want anybody to talk to me or see me. He just loves. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Because the cute factor is gonna wear off very very soon. The cute factor is gonna wear out. He's gonna be beating your ass, and that's not gonna be cute anymore. He just loves me, and my face is all battered and bruised. Yeah, exactly right, Big Cheese. Like I made Spike and Cammy watch that movie, The Color Purple. You told Harpo to beat me.
Oh yeah, I remember. I
Spike
remember.
tried to act like,
I remember the
you
movie.
remember the movie? You remember the movie?
Yes,
Spike tried to pretend
Oprah.
like Spike tried to pretend like he didn't cry in the movie. He knew he cried.
He cried. He cried. And Kid, I really agree with you that some people, some ladies that like, oh yeah, my man is possessive and he just wants me to be always his and his only. And of course, Kid, you have spoken a very important point. It will reach a time now you are no longer beautiful, you're just in your own zone. And this man, actually the beatings will increase, the cheatings will even increase. There will be more. You'll just be there like holding on to some tiny hope which won't even come, which won't even be forthcoming. So jealousy is also the biggest thing that has led to this. And Kid, I also highly agree with you that even for some women, it is all about maybe what they went through their childhood. Because Kid, you are really maintaining your temper. If a lady is hitting you and you're just they're like, I'm gonna let her be, because if you were to hit her back, it would have turned chaotic. And
No,
one thing about you,
I would have went to jail if I would have beat her back. In America, I would have went to jail. She was the guilty one. I mean, she would feel sorry, Cammy, but the behavior, it don't become cute anymore because it's dangerous. Jealous people do dangerous. I'm sorry, I got to use the profanity. I got to be just profane. Jealous people do dangerous shit. And they might poison your ass. You eating the food, you think you all right. You sitting there being poisoned. Damn, something's going on. Like, yeah, I poisoned your ass. So you just don't know. You get jealous people. You just don't know because, like I said, in the beginning of I didn't. And people say, "But did you know your wife was just jealous?" No, she was able to hide it for the whole year we dated. When we got married, the shit just went off the rails on me. I was like, "Oh, what the hell's going on with you? You just that crazy all the time. Listen, we can't deal with this shit. You want to fight every time some woman says hello to me or I smile at some woman. I don't even know I'm supposed to have sex with this lady and all this crazy shit. How am I have sex with her? I'm with you all damn day. I don't even know this lady. All I did was smile. She smiled at me. She said hello. I said hello. And then you turn to me. Who's that bitch? Are you fucking that bitch? Like, huh? What are you talking about? I've been with you all day. I don't even know this lady. That's the kind of craziness you got to deal with when you deal with somebody that's possessive and jealous. And if you're a woman, I say it's dangerous for a woman because you don't got the physical strength to fight off a man. Me, when she would act all crazy, I could just toss her ass to the side and say, hey, what is wrong with you? You better get your mind right. I told you, you don't be trying to hit on me. I'm going to hurt your ass. So, I said, either you straighten up, we're going to have to just divorce. But see, but I always thought, damn, if I was a woman, I'd be battered. I'd be a battered woman. I'd be a battered woman. I'd be a battered woman. Because, since this woman that came at me with frying pans and all kind of crazy shit. All kind of crazy shit when we were young. And I said, man, imagine if I was a woman. I'd be battered. I'd be battered. As a man, I never really brought it up. Because, it never could hurt me because ain't nobody gonna beat on me, but you be in these situations that someone is emotionally unstable. So I say, if you're a woman, you better analyze whatever man you're dealing with. If you think he's jealous, you better get your ass. Any man you dealing with, it symbols anything of jealousy. It's not cute. It's gonna cause you danger in the future. Because people say, oh, he's just possessive. He loves me so much, And, I thought it was, it wasn't cute at night when I come home and you being interrogated. Where you been? Who you been sleeping? Every time you leave the house, who you been sleeping with? What you been doing out there? Well, I went to the store to buy some groceries because you said we need some groceries. How did I? let me say this, Kim. This is how crazy it gets. How did I
Um,
leave here 45 minutes ago? You said go to the store and pick this up. So I get in my car and go to the store. How did I diverge from my trip, go have sex with some woman, then clean myself off, go put my same clothes back on, go to the store, buy the stuff you said you need, and make it back to the house in 45 minutes? That's not possible. Go ahead, Ken. Go ahead, Ken.
Exactly. Mhm.
So
And I
I'm
really
saying,
appreciate your sentiments on that. And of course, to our amazing, all right, to our amazing lady at Maria, all the way from Uganda. Perhaps Maria, you have witnessed, some of these. Maybe they have been broadcasted on the mainstream media in terms of the rate of domestic violence increase that have been taking place. And we have heard from kids' side some of the reasons that have contributed to this. And perhaps at Maria, you can go ahead and give us maybe some of the reasons that you think have contributed to the rise of domestic violence, and also you can go ahead and give us solutions to some of these things that have, of course, contributed to domestic violence in different places, maybe in Africa and the diaspora at large.
all right, that's Santeni Dada. Thank you so much, Carmen.
Maria, can
Well,
you hear me?
yes, I do. I do. Do you hear
I think our
me?
screen is frozen, but of course, let me just all right, you can hear me?
Yes, I do. How about you? Do you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. So let me hope my screen has not frozen. But well, okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, that's good. So, speaking about domestic violence in the days of COVID-19,
Yes,
uh,
I can hear me. And earlier on, I had asked you a question in terms of, Keith has. Yes, I can.
no, she hears
Yes,
you.
I can hear you. I can hear
Tammy,
you good.
Tammy,
I can hear
Tammy,
you good.
Tammy, Tammy, you got a lag. You gotta let her talk. Just let the lag go through,
Uh-huh.
Tammy. Let her talk. You got a lag. She hears you. So go ahead. Go ahead, Maria. Go ahead, Maria. Tammy's always
all
so
right.
anxious, so quick. So go ahead, Maria.
All right. So,
Mhm.
speaking of, on my side, I feel like domestic violence has really been so rampant, and the rate of domestic violence has increased. I don't know with
Yes, I
other
can hear
places, but
you loud and clear, Art.
and,
Kindly go ahead. Yes.
and they
Mm-hmm.
okay. So I feel like men are desperate, and desperate because most of them have been laid back
Let me
from
simmer
their
down.
dad.
Let me
The
simmer down. Okay. Okay.
Oh God. I don't know how we good.
No, no, no. I know. Go ahead, Maria. Tammy's internet. It's so. It, the internet over there has got such a lag. Go ahead. Just go ahead, Maria. Go ahead.
All right, so I feel domestic violence here has been so rampant, and the rate at which domestic violence is being reported has increased actually by 5%. And I feel like this has been caused by, desperation and frustration. Like most, since in Africa, most of the caretakers are husbands. A husband is the head of the family. And now look, this is a man who cannot provide enough for his family. And then he's so desperate, and, he feels like he's not man enough. And at a little quarrel, he's like, like saying a lot, and women as well. So most housewives have not been around with their husbands. Men wake up one time, they go for work, come back in the evening, and
Mhm.
women and all their things they do at home. So now the man is at home like most of the time. Okay, so you get to find your partner. You get to understand someone does a whole lot of things that you never knew those people were doing. So you see, so I feel like which results into misunderstandings, and at a temper, most men feel comfortable when their pockets are heavy. I believe so. When a man's pocket is not heavy, they feel like they're not men enough. So they always take this and their wives like, why are you doing this? Why don't you say that? Why is the food not nice? Why am I eating this type of food time and again? So I feel like the economical standards have also gone down, and that could also be the reason why homes are not together. Secondly, now children at home, you know when kids are at home, like most of the time I've realized, I've seen like very many families, parents tend to think that teachers are the parents of the children now, because you find African parents are like, oh my god, when will school start? I don't know if that side women do the same, but here you will find parents like, when will school start? Everyone feels like it's a huge responsibility of them taking care of their own children. And now remember, children at home, you're like supposed to take care of them from morning to the next morning, and which has been so hectic. So maybe by the time the husband comes back home, the mother is already filled up. The kids have been running up and down the house. Now you're also coming to cause another. I mean, you're also talking at me like that. So I feel like
That's
this
so.
whole
That's
thing.
everywhere. That's true, Maria. That is what
I
you're
feel like
saying.
this
What you're
whole
saying is
thing
so
is
fun. That's
kind
universal. Cause that's what that, that that's universal, Maria. What you've been saying. Black women been saying, "Hey, when is school starts, so I get these kids out the house. They drive me crazy." So you're right. So you're right. They're saying the same thing. We're the same people all over, and so but that means you have to have a thing of self discipline. You should have, and you are right. When a man feel like he can't be a man and take care of his family, he feels diminished. But that don't give you the right to start beating on nobody either. I don't know. I don't understand the correlation of you not being able to take
no,
care of your family. Of course,
they
that makes you feel less of
they
a
always
man.
have
But you don't be
to.
beating no damn body.
No, well, I mean, yeah,
Go ahead.
that's true. But again, sometimes it's hard for people to put their shit together when, they feel they are less,
Right.
of man. And then sometimes the temper is always like, they react so fast. Anyone can react so fast when they're not mentally stable. You know that, kid. So at some point, I
Yes,
believe
of
because they're
course.
not mentally stable due to financial, problems, at a little slight mistake, they're going to. And women also, they have this. We do have that thing. So you'll be like, she's not understanding that my husband's going through this. And I have to calm down a little. No, she stands even on top of the chair and she's like, okay, what are you saying? I've seen this people doing that shit. And oh, it's crazy. Ah,
Yeah. So uh, uh, this the time you're gonna need each other. So you can't be able to do domestic. And like I said, the ignorance in Africa is so deep. No one. So you're gonna be scared of this fake virus that ain't killing nobody. The pandemic. Oh my Lord, God. We gotta go to church and talk to sweet white baby Jesus. Help us. Please help us with the pandemic. What's going on with this fake virus? Can you help us, white Jesus? Help me, white Jesus. White,
yeah, wait,
white
Jesus, come
daddy,
and
what's
rescue my
going on, white
financial
daddy?
status. Well,
Yeah,
I had,
yeah,
listen, kid.
yeah, you, what was wrong,
I,
my,
I, I had I
go
had
ahead.
most of African men say that their wives do not even call them daddy, sweetheart, or whatever it is. They all call these sweet names to their pastors. When they're at their church, they're always humble.
Oh my God! Oh my God! The African mind is so damaged. Man, these Europeans have destroyed our minds. It's crazy. These Europeans have destroyed the African mindset. And family, we gonna I'm gonna be home. We're gonna do a show on the network, not on YouTube. It's too deep in African spirituality, family. I'm gonna do it probably tonight. I'm gonna come on after the Africa Today show. We're gonna go live just on the network, and we're gonna show you how the European has destroyed your knowledge and the stuff I'm telling you. I can't even take it to most of the Africans. most of Africa, I can take you to the Dogons and other shamans, but most Africans can't even deal with the knowledge I'm going to drop again today. They've been made too damn ignorant. They don't know how the universe works. They believe in idiotic nonsense. A white man is a god, or just crazy idiotic, or some Islam cracker is a god. All crazy lies. But because I want to start building some mastermind program, fam. I'm gonna start building some mastermind program where we need to learn to go within and meditate, as our ancient ancestors told you, you must do. You must learn to meditate. You must go inside. Those traditions are still found, but they're in the East now. These are African traditions that the no good Chinese and the Vietnamese and the Japanese are now using, but they got it from Africa. Came from Africa, that the African is scared to death of now, worshiping a lie. So, uh, uh, um, you know, I believe if we knew ourselves, I lost everybody. Lost everybody. It's just me again, huh? Facebook. I don't know what happened to Cammy and them. Everybody's gone. And then must have went out. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap this thing up, man. I got knocked out. Let me go and wrap this up. I guess everybody got knocked out. Let me wrap this up. Say much love, and I'll be back on later today, family. Let me wrap this thing up.